You see, the real guys that make money off e-commerce, I'm talking the top G, people that do insane amount of money every single month. They don't post on Instagram, they don't post on YouTube, not even TikTok. They're eating away. You never hear about them. Those are the guys that you should actually be learning from. So in this video, we're gonna be interviewing one of those top G's, people doing insane amount of money with e-commerce every single month. Alright, so let's get into it. This is my friend Ben. Right, welcome to the podcast, I'd say.
Thank you.
So do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, so I'm Ben, been in e-commerce now for about 2 years. Started just during lockdown. Obviously when everyone was on like furlough.
Yeah.
So that's how I come across like e-commerce and stuff like that. I've had 2 brands which I've exited in the past. And I've got one main brand at the moment.
Yeah, it's awesome, bro. How much did you sell this for?
The first brand was multi-6 figures. I sold it for, that was like a teeth cleaning business. And then we had like a hula hoop type business, which we didn't actually sell for a big amount really. It kind of died down and then we just pretty much gave it away.
You start selling that during COVID?
COVID, yeah. So I come across a teeth cleaning brand. So obviously when lockdown happened, dentists were closed and stuff like that. So people couldn't clean their teeth.
Yeah.
So obviously I come across this product. It was like a tooth cleaner, clean the plaque in your teeth. And literally the first time I ran the ads, it literally just blew up. So yeah, that was a really good store to have.
I don't want us to go too fast. Let's start from where it all started for you. Before e-commerce, what were you doing?
So I was working in London, so selling hair transplants. Job I didn't like at all. It was like 10-hour shifts. It wasn't actually London, it was in Romford, Essex.
There's a lot of money in hair transplant.
Yeah, I was on a decent wage for my age. Actually a really good wage for my age. But I didn't like it. I was in like a little studio type thing like this in Romford. I used to live above where I worked. So I'd come down in the morning and then obviously when work finished, I'd go back upstairs. I never left the place. I didn't know anyone in Romford. So it was really quite boring and stuff like that. So I was always looking online and stuff like that to try and find ways to make money.
Actually, we got a lot of money in there, hair transplant.
Yeah, I was on a basic wage and then you can earn like commission and stuff like that. So I was just like a manager in the studio, yeah.
If you was your own business, like you could, because I know they charge a lot of money for that.
Oh yeah, so like 5-6 grand for a hair transplant we were charging.
For men?
For men or women, yeah. So you do it in London, you got like PRP or something like that. It's like blood that helps grow your hair, and there's laser therapy, there's all sorts. Really good money in it, yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, really good
money. But what do you think about getting into that kind of business yourself?
I think it's hair transplants.
Yeah.
I think if I knew more about people like growing their hair and all the stuff about it, I think it's really good money. All you got to do, they had this really old laser machine, which must have been like 15 years old, which I looked on Alibaba, you can get for like 3 grand. And we were charging like 4 grand for a year on this laser therapy. So once they bought this machine, that's the cost done. They need to sign 1 client for the year and that's paid for it. And I've had it for like 15 years. Like charging 4 grand a year for this laser. Obviously you have like serum in your hair and you go into this laser machine. And obviously it's meant to like break down like stuff under your hair to revive your hair follicles and grow. Yeah, so it's a really profitable business, really profitable.
Wow, because I was actually looking at it during COVID himself. You know, I feel like businesses like that, obviously here people do it, but like if you had to take it to a country like Nigeria, I'm not originally from Nigeria.
Yeah.
But where like nobody knows about it, it's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
You know, people have the money. Obviously, the target market would be individuals that have the money to pay for such services, and it'll be explosive.
And you got to remember, people pay. If you're solving their issue, like they feel real self-conscious about losing their hair, people do. People are willing to spend big money. If you can say to them, we're going to obviously grow back your hair and stuff like that, they're willing to part some big cash to do that. So it's really good money in it. Really good money.
Did you quit the job?
So actually, I was in lockdown, so lockdown happened, and obviously got sent away back home because I'm furlough. And that's when I had so much time, too much time. I was just watching YouTube videos on e-commerce like every day.
Like, this is just dropshipping?
Just dropshipping videos, yeah. So people running 5 day ad sets, £5 a day ad sets on like Facebook, like duplicating them like 10 times with different interests, all that stuff. And just watching videos on that, like how to do like a burlo and all these stuff. Just watching that every day, and then I come across obviously that teeth cleaning product, which was profitable on the first day of running it.
Was it the first product you launched?
First ever product to run, and I scaled it to 750k in 6 months.
Oh my god! Wait. So just for the audience, because the reality in the entire e-commerce space, the dropshipping space,
it's not like that.
Most people take a lot of time to figure it out.
It does. I got very, very lucky. Obviously, I tried loads of different businesses in the past. So I used to like buy and sell clothes, all other stuff. So I've failed many businesses in the past, but yeah, very lucky. This is the first.
Like you never, sorry for cutting you short. You never really took any course. It was just
No course. I've always done that. I've always learned just for myself, like trial and error.
Yeah.
Like you just got to take action with things. Like don't second think about it. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, you're going to lose money like I did, but you're going to learn from those mistakes.
Did you lose money at all?
It was the first product I ever tested, and it just blew up. So no, so I was profitable from the first day, which is what is literally like a 1 in a million. Like I've heard no other story like that, so I got very lucky. But obviously, my other products I was testing, obviously, I must have gone for like 15, 20 products before I found another winner.
Yeah. It usually takes that long.
Yeah. So
what did you learn, and how easy was it to you know you're new, boom, first day you started making money. How easy was it for you to go from making that first bit of money onto now scaling aggressively to where you did over 750k in sales?
So what I was literally Facebook ads, literally pumping more money into it. So obviously I was profitable on the first day, kept spending more money. So it's like £10, then £20, then up to 50, 100, and then actually spending like $1 or $2 grand a day at one point, literally on one ad creative. So now I see it's a lot harder. You got to go for all these different ad creatives because they fatigue. This ad creative, I scaled it to 750k just with one ad.
Just one ad.
One ad. Just one ad, and it's absolutely insane. So just pumping more money into it and just getting money back, and the profit on it was probably about 35% profit. Really, really good margins. Wow, it's a really light product as well, so it didn't cost me anything to ship.
So what? Because I know it's one thing to launch a store and launch a product and boom, you're profitable. But like, how did you figure out things like optimization and scaling and email marketing, all the aspects of e-commerce that you need experience to really figure out?
So I only ran Facebook ads, didn't do any emails, nothing. That business could have been something big if I knew what I was doing. Because eventually it died down, because I had my Facebook disabled. Because my first business, I couldn't keep up with demand. But I didn't do any emails, didn't do any SMS, all this other TikTok and stuff like that.
No upsells and downsells.
Nope, nothing. Just had one product. Didn't do anything with Google either.
What was the margin like?
Well, I was buying it for like £6-7 and selling it for £35. So it's really good margins. I also got free shipping as well. But yeah, nothing else except from Facebook with one ad, which was absolutely insane.
So what you know now back then, what could you have done better to really get to another level?
Well, first of all, customer service, really, really important. Something I'm really big on now. Is making sure the customers are happy. Obviously, email marketing, set up SMS. These are all from like abandoned cart. So if someone don't trust your website or maybe want to need a discount, you can send them like an abandoned cart email or abandoned cart text. Google's really important. I find now when we do TikTok ads, a lot of people look at our website and don't really trust it. So I'll search our brand on Google. So it's really important. You've got like Google Shopping or branding on there. Because if they see like a competitor come up before you, they're just going to go on there and go ahead. You'll most likely find a lot of dropshipping products on Amazon anyway. So when they type in your product name, they'll just see like a load of knockoffs of your products on Amazon, which I just go and buy because they trust Amazon. And I've got Prime delivery and stuff. I just make sure that I'm on every channel possible, always in their face, like TikTok, Snapchat, Google, Pinterest. But I wouldn't do that straight away actually with dropshipping. Obviously, fines because I had a brand now, so we're on all a proper like inventory and stuff like that. But I'll make sure you knuckle down on one ad platform that's really working for you, and then optimize the back end like emails and SMS.
Yeah, that makes sense. So back then, you never really went on to branding. It was just full on dropshipping. Yeah.
So that was my first ever product. Like I couldn't keep. I saw this money coming in. Just literally, I'd log into my Facebook account once a day, just up the spend, and that's all I did. I didn't hardly looked at the website. So I made the website. Had my Burlo, used to hire my little sister to do all like the Burlo orders and stuff like that. It was an absolute mess. I used to go out just with my mates and just check the sales a couple of times a day. I'd be like, mate, nothing else. It was that just doesn't happen anymore. But I got very, very lucky with that business. But
I think some people still get with the right product. You can get lucky.
You can. Yeah,
but like it's getting more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why beginners just do that. Most people test 20, 30 before they find something to work.
Yeah. I got very lucky. But yeah, now you've got to test a lot more products and not just give up straight away. I see a lot of people giving up, just test the product. They put like £50 a day and I'm like, oh, not working, got no sales. You have to be putting more money into it nowadays.
Yeah. What do you think about the term? You know, when people say dropshipping is dead.
No, it's definitely not at all. No, I know loads of people who starting dropshipping business and doing really really well with it. Like literally people creating businesses like once every couple of weeks, like different dropshipping business. It's about like you got to constantly be testing. And when I say dropshipping's dead, that's what I mean. They've literally spent £50 on TikTok, a campaign, haven't got any sales, and like, oh, it's dead. Oh, why haven't I made all this money? Like people are saying, it's not about you have to test multiple products until you come across that winning product. But it's not about putting £50 a day in and just well, I haven't got a sale and then quit. And that's what I find a lot of people do.
I made a video on Saturday, just last Saturday. I released it on YouTube, and I was talking about like why beginners quit so quickly. I was talking about like product testing. A lot of people they test out the first, second, third. It doesn't work. They assume it will never work.
Yeah. Well, I think this where TikTok and there's a lot of TikTok and YouTubers that make it seem really easy, and that's when I'm on TikTok. They say, "Oh, I've made £1 million," when they haven't made £1 million, with 1 million sales. And this maybe pretend it's like their first product. They make it seem really easy, but it's really not easy at all. But if you put the work in, you can definitely see really good results with dropshipping. Just like I'm not smart at all. I just don't give up on things. I'll keep testing another product. I keep testing another product until I find that winning product.
How did you learn to design website and things like that? Just off YouTube.
I just YouTube again. So YouTube is literally a gold mine. It's literally so much free. I think it's better than university. If someone went to just watch YouTube all the time and learn from there, I guarantee they'd learn more than they did in university. There's so much, because you're learning from people that have actually done it. You're not learning from a lecturer that hasn't even done business or anything like that. You're actually learning like yourself. You've been through all these, made mistakes, made sales. They've learned it all. And it's all on YouTube for free. So I think YouTube's absolutely brilliant for learning stuff like dropshipping.
Did you sell that store?
Oh God, I sent probably like a year and a half ago.
So it was right after, you made, and why did you sell it at that point?
Just I couldn't grow it anymore. Really, I was literally didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do with it. I had another store at the time as well, so I thought I'm going to pass it on to someone else. I literally put it on like the exchange marketplace, which is no longer available at the moment, and has someone in America. Obviously, take it really, try and take it to the next level, grow it on different channels. But at that point, we're only in the UK. That was all UK. So just UK, and that's weird. I always start when I used to test products like back in the day. I used to obviously only start with UK with my testing, which obviously people do it differently. They might target top 4 and stuff like that. But I just find UK works really well for me. And obviously when I was proven in the UK, I'll then branch out to USA, Australia, and then go into Europe. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, sold it last year.
That makes sense. So like, while you're running that product, and you're making money, like what did you think about creating more stores and making more? I mean, like, if you're making a lot of money, why would you want to make more?
Yeah, but I was getting problems, and I was getting obviously customer complaints, which I couldn't keep up with. I had like logistics issues. I was doing it all myself, and that's why I'm really, really big on customer service now. Like I said, literally the first thing I do with that store is to wake up in the morning, spend 2 hours a day answering customers, and that's like the worst thing you can do. Cause obviously, customers will be complaining their order hasn't arrived, and it just sets you in a really bad mood for the rest of the day. Exactly. So I obviously hired some people in the Philippines who are really, really good, really great work ethic, and obviously that took a lot of stuff. That means I didn't have to focus, because I literally found myself just doing customer service the whole time, replying to Facebook comments, Instagram, and I wasn't actually focusing on like growing the business. So now when I took that customer service away, I can then grow on growing the business from like different channels. Is it improving product quality, improving obviously going back end emails, SMS, and stuff like that, and that really can grow your business massively.
Were you able to outsource that before you started looking for more products, or you were still running it, doing the customer service, and then you had to find more products because you were facing a lot of challenges in that existing store? Yeah, so
when I sold the business, that's when I had more time to test more products. But when I had that business, I wasn't testing any other products. So I literally got someone to do customer service, and then I was like trying to improve the product quality of it, improve the website. Obviously, conversion rate is really important as well. Obviously, trying to optimize the website on how we convert more people per sessions and stuff like that.
So the second product, or the second store that worked for you, what was the product?
You've probably seen it. It was a hula hoop type thing. You put it around your waist. Yeah. I had that.
It's the hula hoops.
Yeah, we had that. Did really well with that. And then again, had Facebook issues.
I worked well doing
Yeah.
the old lockdown.
They did really well. So we just did our Facebook with that again. I had that with a business partner. And we just did really well, scaled it, and then it just fell off really. Couldn't really grow it anymore. And then literally put on Exchange Marketplace and just sold it really cheaply.
What were you able to scale that to?
That was probably only about 250k until we probably popped in it quite late.
Within
I was 250k probably about 3 months.
just Facebook ads?
Yeah. So when I find a good product, I could pretty much scale it really quickly. But it's really important if you're going to scale really quickly is to have your back end sorted, because it will just go to mess. Like, I don't really do much obviously testing anymore, but you got to have something like now like Facebook feedback score and stuff like that. So if you're not there's loads of stuff you need to have your back end.
Like moving parts.
Yeah, because if there's no point saying, look at all this money coming in, let's put more money in, and then eventually a month later you're going to get a low feedback score, your account's banned, back to square one. There's no point. People just look at, obviously, like I did at the first store I had, you see all this money coming in, you get, let's put more money into it, the sale. Yeah. You don't really focus on anything else, and then eventually it just crumbles.
Yeah.
So now it's really important, like everyone says, have a really nice foundation, build a foundation up, and then you can scale.
Yeah.
With that, but again, with the hula hoop one, that all happened quick, and then it just went just down really.
Talking about the second store you launched, was everything optimized in this one?
So with ads?
Was everything like, obviously at that point you must have learned a lot, like customer service?
Yes, customer service is good. Facebook, we had different Facebook ads, copies and stuff like that, testing multiple different angles of the product, and that's why we were allowed to scale it to that 250k in just 3 months quite quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's all just the product quality. That's something that we were still trying to fix. We had like different versions. There's like a cheaper version which could have gone for a more expensive one, but the product cost was like $20 more.
Yeah.
So it's literally making sure the product quality is really good, because obviously ours isn't very good. We get customer complaints again, even though we had a customer support reps all on it. They're still just not happy with the quality and stuff like that.
What were you doing after you sold the second store?
Then that's where I come across my current brand at the moment.
What do you do for product research?
Yeah.
How do you find this product?
So all my winning products have literally, I don't go on like products finder tools and stuff like that. I literally go on my own Facebook profile and scroll down ads at the moment. I'm literally always clicking, it's really important to click shop now on the ads, and that tells Facebook that you're maybe a potential interested buyer.
Yeah.
So they're going to show you more ads. And then there's also this thing, I saw a YouTube video on it quite a while ago, where you can actually trigger like the pixel purchase.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually buy it. It's something like in the back end you can do and trigger the purchase. So that tells Facebook that you purchased from a Facebook ad, and they're going to show you more ads. So I just like logging into my Facebook every day, just scrolling through ads on my feed, and eventually I just scroll on my Instagram, saw this product pop up my Instagram, and just thought I'm going to test it. It looks really good. And again, because I had all my experience then, all the foundation, I bought it in, wasn't drop shipping it, bought it in, had the sample. And that's what, if I was ever testing any of the products again, I was always make sure to buy the product in first. You can literally find the product on Amazon anyway.
So do you actually, you just buy one unit?
One unit, yeah. I don't buy, well, that one, yeah, I bought one unit until it was starting to proven. So I was drop shipping it, and then when it's proven, I went into white labeling. But if I'm going to test any other products in the future, and like I haven't previously, I'll make sure the product I'm going to test is to buy it in myself first and film my own content. And you can find it off Amazon pretty much anyway. So I film my own content, buy it in, check the quality. And what I do a few weeks down as well is buy it from a supplier that you're using. And that'll give you a good understanding as well how long it's taken to arrive. Are they being truthful? Because you'll find a lot of suppliers say, yeah, it'll arrive in 5 to 7 days. And you'll find it actually doesn't. So actually always buy a product from the supplier you're using, and use a different name so they know it's you. And you can gather like how long it's taken to arrive, what the packaging looks like when it arrives, like the whole customer experience.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very important one. You always build like single product store, is that correct?
Single product, yeah.
Single product store. Because I see a lot of beginners, they build a website, and I go over them and I go, you're not going to get any sales for this website. It's like, what do you look for? What do you think are like the most important things to have on your website when you launch the website, or before you launch the website for testing?
Yeah. Well, most importantly is not AliExpress stock images, which people just use. This is why important again is try and buy the product you're you're going to test from Amazon and make your own custom content to use for ads, because people know if it's an AliExpress or Alibaba image, and they're just going to know straight away and not going to build any trust at all, and they're just going to go off your website. So it's important to have your own custom content. So I take my own photos, I write my own copy, stuff like trust badges, help. I always like having PayPal on my website. Not a lot of people like it because PayPal are absolutely awful, but people won't buy. A lot of people won't buy from the website unless you have PayPal on your store. You won't trust it because with PayPal, if they don't like it, they can give a charge back and stuff, open a claim. So I make sure to have PayPal on my store. I see my own custom images, like branded to me.
Yeah. Now you've got all of those details you mentioned. You have an incredible looking website. When do you know when to, test or when to optimize or kill a product?
Yeah. So first of all, it's really important to know your profits, your product margins. So what's your cost price? How much are you selling it for? How much is shipping? I need to work out what your break-even ROAS is. So your return on ad spend. To say if my break-even was 1.8, that's what I'll be going in to run TikTok or Facebook ads. So I was pretty much with TikTok at the moment. I absolutely love broad because I start on a fresh pixel and I'll go broad. That's just my personal preference because I'm going to let TikTok do all the work. Because you used to be able to do loads of different interests back before the iOS update because you can go really specific. But now people are opting out of marketing and it's really hard to know exactly what they're interested in. So I just like going broad and that works really well for me. And then on TikTok, yeah. And then eventually, once I'm spending more money on the pixel, I can then dig in, see what ages are purchasing them, if it's a male or a female, and then I'll go double down on what's working and what's the most profitable.
Because I see a lot of beginners, they're making a bit of sales and assume I'm going to figure it out. It's going to be profitable eventually. Like, what are the things beginners should look out for before they know, oh, I need to kill this product, or I need to work on optimizing it, or it's time to scale. Yeah. So
I look at some metrics like your cost per click, your CTR, so your click-through rate, your CPM, so cost per 1,000 impressions. And these are really important metrics that I look at. So say, for example, I spent at least £300 to £400 on a product and got no sales. The cost per click's like above like £3 or £4, really expensive. CPM's over £20. That's giving me a really that's giving me an indication that the product's either too saturated. It's just not going to work because the CPM's really high. And if it's costing you £3 or £4 to get a click, that's just going to be far too expensive to run ads with. Yeah. I always look for cost per clicks above £1 on TikTok. CPM's like below £5, and you want a click-through rate of over 1%, really. And click-through rate I only look at for like if your ads are good. Because when I'll run like one broad campaign, like £100 a day, just broad, and then I'll have 3 ads under that ad set. And then I'll just filter through the ads. So I'll just look at like the click-through rate. If it's got a really low click-through rate, obviously the first 3 seconds that video is just hasn't got a strong hook, so it's not grabbing their attention. So maybe chop up the video a little, make it more eye-catching. It's going to grab their attention, and just play around with the ads that end. But if I haven't got over my break-even ROAS after like 3 to 4 days, and I spent like £400-500, I'll then, because obviously I know what I'm doing now. Yeah. I can be quite aggressive. So like, tested that, got that indication it's not going to work, and that's just how I do things at the moment. So I go quite aggressive. But obviously, when you're first starting out, you wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, but scaling out, what does it take to actually scale? Do you know? I mean, you're talking about Facebook, you're talking about TikTok, but right now you're using Facebook and TikTok. Is that correct? For my brand at the moment, I'm on all of them. So Pinterest is really good for us. That's a really, really untapped. If you're like home and crafts, that's brilliant for Pinterest. But again, it all comes down to people being really impatient. With Pinterest, it takes a lot longer to optimize on the platform, at least 30 days. Mm-hmm. So it's people hardly anyone's going to wait 30 days to test the products. And so that's why not many people use it. But once you crack it, it's a gold mine. It's brilliant. It's been working well for myself as well. And of course, for all the clients that we have. Snapchat as well. That's improved a lot now. It's doing a lot better now. I feel like I've scaled more aggressively using Snapchat and Pinterest than I have using platforms like I barely even use Facebook. Yeah, that was like us. Crazy. Yeah. I don't use Facebook at all because I got suspended like ages ago my personal profile. And ever since then, I just went on to Google. From Google, I went on to TikTok and now Pinterest and stuff. And that's what it makes you do when you get banned off stuff. It makes you push elsewhere. A lot of people just quit. Again, so
yeah.
I'm not going to, if someone's banned, I'm not going to quit straight away and call it a day. I'm going to find other ways to make money. And like I did, I moved on to Pinterest, not for this brand, but obviously for different dropshipping stores. You find different channels that you can use.
Yeah, that makes
Not
sense.
just give up if you get banned straight
Yeah,
away.
if you get banned as a dropshipper, you're gonna get like, in fact, you're gonna get
It's going to
banned.
happen.
There's no way around it. You're gonna get banned. Whether as your personal profile, whether as your ad accounts, you will get banned. But it's about like there's always with any business, there's always problems.
Yeah.
Being able to constantly find quick solutions, quick fixes. Just fix them and move on. That's the only way out, and that's the only way you're gonna make a real money with e-commerce and dropshipping. As you get banned. It's gonna be loads of trouble. It's gonna be a lot of problems every time, and you never just be making money and like, every single day you've got no problems. It would always come. Always gonna be problems. But being able to constantly come up with
100%.
solutions and
Yeah.
fixing it up. So after you realize this product is working, right? How do you optimize like across board? I'm talking product optimization, improving the quality. I'm talking how do you improve like things like average order value, getting
Yeah.
customers to pay more, and other things, and even the website. How do you optimize your website as well?
So we'll start with like products, optimizing the product quality. So have a it's really important to have a really good relationship with your supplier. So I always hop on calls with them, maybe like bi-weekly calls, just building that relationship. I'm really keen to go out there, but obviously Chinese lockdown and stuff like that, to build that relationship with them, and always see if there's any better quality you can add, and always focus on making sure your product is literally the best quality out there. There's going to be like knockoffs, really cheap quality, and the reason why people will come to you is if your product's really good quality, and that's one thing.
Shipping, because it's a little bit challenging to get the product quality optimized.
Yeah,
and that's because you don't really have control over it. Obviously, the supplier could source the best quality for you. Like for you're branded. You've got a branded store.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but why put all my stores? If I try and turn it into white label as soon as possible. So once I've got a proven product and I'm getting at least 100 orders a week, I'll then buy it in bulk.
So talking about white labeling now, do you buy it in bulk and ship it to the UK, or does the supplier still fulfill it?
Yeah, so say if I'm dropshipping products and it's proven, I'll then white label it. I'll have an agent in China, so we'll buy it in bulk, not like thousands. It would like 2 or 3, well, depending on obviously what you're getting on average weekly. I then buy it in bulk, have my own brand name on there, make sure the quality's good, then get it shipped to my agent's warehouse in China, and then he will use someone like Express to ship it out to UK and USA. And that's what I do. And obviously, when you're buying it in bulk, you can then get it a lot cheaper from AliExpress, and the margins are even better, and then that allows you more profit, and that allows you to scale more because you've got more profit to play around with.
I think what you do as well, some YouTube gurus call it branded dropshipping.
Yeah.
You're branded.
Yeah.
But in reality, it seems like an actual brand, but like you're still not shipping from your
For
own
UK.
warehouse or
Yeah.
DPL.
Yeah.
You're still using like the AliExpress agents.
Yeah.
But whatever the Express is just better because of the quality.
And you've got your own logo on there. Yeah. It's just a far better customer experience. But the only thing is, you're now putting money into inventory.
Yeah.
Actually, drop shipping is like so good for cash flow. It's absolutely brilliant. But when you start going into like branded and buying stuff in bulk, that's when you see like you're hardly taking any money out of the business. It's all going back into stock. Like I've hardly taken any money out of my business. It's all going back into stock, back into bringing staff in, improving the product quality. And
the right way to
it's so people never take money out of your business all the time. You need to reinvest it, and you're going to see the reward later on.
Yeah.
Some people just see all this. I'm going to take. They just literally like suck all the money out of the business and it just dies out. Like, why has it died?
Yes, certainly.
But it's really important, even with dropshipping, to reinvest into obviously your website, try to improve the conversion rate, just loads of different stuff, like try different channels and stuff like that. Try and reinvest back into the business, and that's how you're going to have a long living business where you can potentially exit for a nice amount of money.
That's a really good point, because nobody really focuses on this stuff. I feel like a lot dropshippers, they make all of that money, see that instant profit, and just make that money and start buying cars and doing stuff, just enjoying life, showing off. I feel like the reality, especially when you get to sign age, is like when you becoming more financially matured. Like you've got to make
100%.
the right decisions. You can't just spend it and lavish it, because dropshipping is a good way to get cash flow.
It is,
a good way to get that money in. But like, what do you not do with that money?
Yeah, it's like if I had a dropshipping store as well, did £1 million in a year with it. when I try and sell the business, no one's going to buy it, or hardly anyone will buy the business because it's got no value to it. They haven't branded it. Someone can just copy that bit store the next day, and even though you've got all this cash flow, you hardly won't sell it. And I've made that mistake in the past. Obviously, where I had a dropshipping store, no one was interested in it because it's got no value to it. I literally got a website, but I'm dropshipping. It's got no community behind it, no good quality. Because what's really important as well with dropshipping, to have a long living business, you need to have a really nice customer return rate. So customers coming back to you, which you can upsell them. With dropshipping, they'll have the products, they've got really bad experience, come from China, crap quality, they're not buying from you again. Because eventually you're going to see your business is getting more expensive to advertise to because you're trying to acquire all these new customers that aren't coming back to you. And then eventually it becomes too expensive and it dies down. Where if you've got like a nice branded store, good quality, they keep coming back to you. So and then it's a lot cheaper to advertise because the cost it costs you to acquire that customer, they're going to keep coming back to you. So it comes a lot cheaper, basically.
So one thing I need to re-emphasize from what you said is like when you're dropshipping, the goal is obviously to get onto branded dropshipping, where you've got your own private labeling and your product is like branded. So when it costs, it might even take 7-10 days for them to receive it.
Yeah.
But when they receive it, it's a better experience than receiving like a AliExpress a package
in Chinese writing. So your instruction manuals could be in China.
Exactly.
I've had that in the past.
The good thing about having a branded dropshipping now or branded product, private label product, is that when they receive it, they get to trust you as a brand. What that means is they can trust you and they can come back to your website to buy more. So if you're running, say, a niche store, what happens is your customer will come back and buy from you because they had a good experience the first time. Yeah. And what a lot of people don't realize is what was like, the money you make on the front end is only the beginning of it. I feel like the money you make on the front end is like you're invested into getting all these customers. It's like when you do get all these customers, that's where the real money should be made. And return customers. Yeah.
So you need to work out what your lifetime value of the customer is, which is so this is why a lot of people now go into, you can't really do it with dropshipping, but it's like subscription. So say if you've got someone, say like you're selling coffee or something like that, you've acquired them and they're buying from every month. You've got them in the subscription, which is obviously a really, really good business model, which I'm looking to go down in the future as well. You've got recurring revenue each month, and it's absolutely brilliant.
You're not brand boom busting yourself. I was listening to Ezra Faust, that's the name of the owner. They were saying that the revenue the cash flow they get from repeat customer is like 60% of the entire business.
Yeah, it's massive.
That means is, it's massive. It's like if you're making all that money, say you're making 40%, you're making 100k. Only 40k come from new customers, but 60k every single month. It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
and it's like that's through leveraging things like email marketing, SMS marketing, upsells and downsells and other things like that. Nobody talks about.
Yeah.
Especially in the dropship. I feel like people just get into dropshipping to make that quick money.
Yeah. And it literally goes to their head. And this is what you see people, they'll be so-called gurus on YouTube. They'll have one product they've done really well with, literally crash and they can't get another one. And they'll go straight to YouTube and say, oh, buy this £10,000 course or something stupid like that. And that's how they make their money. They've had one good store that they've had, it's died down, and now they've got no money left. They spend it all on these flashy cars.
Yeah.
And now they're like, crap, how am I going to afford this nice apartment I've got now? And they just go into panic mode and start selling like courses.
Yeah, that's a really good point because to really make money, like you've got to take your time to learn and understand how. I feel like the people that are actually making good money with e-commerce, like they're the ones that understand customer service, actually treating customers right. Because if you do that, you get paid 1,000 for it, and that's why when you mentioned earlier that you really focus on just giving your customers the best value and the best experience. That's the most important thing. Why? 100%. Because they trust the brand and they trust you. They're able to come back. They open your emails. They open your SMS. Because they trust you.
Yeah, and one thing on my store now, we offer like a lifetime guarantee on our product. So if anything, obviously we sell fitness products, anything's happened to that product, we send them out a replacement free of charge, 30-day money back guarantee, live chat service. It's like I really have like gone full in because I just know it's really important that they're happy, they're going to come back, and that's what's going to have like a longevity with your business and keep it nice and healthy. And what's important as well, we started to have like a post-purchase survey now. Obviously, it's really hard to track everything. Yeah. And what we have really high is we ask them like where they saw us from, And one of the highest thing is they recommended our product, so that
that.
they're doing the marketing for us. So they saw our product, really liked it, and they've recommended it to their friend, their family. And that's literally like the best thing you can have, the free marketing.
Yeah, through marketing.
And I've done that because the customer experience, the whole customer journey, they liked like the products, how it arrived, and now they recommend to their friends. And I didn't pay anything to acquire that friend.
How much revenue you guys could have made just off that?
Yeah.
It's not trackable. But like you see all these sales coming in, they know where it's coming. But like it's the goodwill that your business is built.
Yeah.
Giving customers that experience. There's just so much upside to it, and nobody talks about. I know a lot of people in the actual, creating brand niche. They talk about these things, but like in dropshipping, no, everybody just want to make that
quick buck. Don't care about customers,
exactly.
crap products, and then they wonder why my store failed? Why is it only lasted 2 months? And that's what I realised my first store. It's just people just steal this quick money, and then they just buy expensive cars, waste it. But it's just like I said, really, really important to invest back into that. And if you're going to invest back in, maybe buy some stock up front, brand it, or invest in better customer service, quicker delivery times if you can. And so they're just taking all the money out and just absolutely spending it all.
So for beginners listening right now, what do you think is the best way for them to get started with, like, say people that have been failing for a while, they've tested first, second, third, and it seems to them it feels like e-commerce is all a lie. It feels like it doesn't work because they've never tasted that money, they've not seen the money. Or like beginners that year to start testing and looking to get started, what do you think is the best approach for them to, approach dropshipping or e-commerce as a whole?
Honestly, it's probably mentorship. So what's really hard about trying to get mentorship is actually trusting that person. Have they done what they've said they're doing? Which is obviously when you have stuff on TikTok, people lying all the time, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you can find someone that you think you can trust, definitely invest in one-to-one mentoring. Who's someone who's done it themselves. You're going to save yourself so much time in failures, like obviously stuff you're experiencing, what not to do, what to do. YouTube is a brilliant tool. That's what I'm still watching it to this day on people that are doing way more revenue than me, learning from them. I watch so much YouTube on like
talking about YouTube. Do you think, because right now we live in a content era, like everything, so much information out there.
Yeah. And
for beginners that are getting started, it's easy to get confused. It's easy to get lost.
Yeah.
Because you're learning, and I see what beginners do, especially right now, is like you're learning one strategy. So like you learn the strategy from this guy. You try it for a week. It doesn't work out. Boom, you go on to the next one and the next one. And it's easy to do because this content is endless.
Yeah.
So much content it's so easy to get lost. Because there's just so many different things to do. There's so much content out there. And what advice, like, if you're looking to get started, or you've been jumping from one guru to another guru, from one YouTube video to another, just focus on two people, just one person.
Yep.
Focus on one person. That's what I'd suggest.
Yep.
Watch all of the content and learn from the strategy, and keep trying that strategy until you figure it out. What do you think about that?
Definitely, yeah. Because people have different strategies, so it's just going to be absolutely mind blowing. Or he said that, she said that, and definitely, yeah. Focus on one person and just go with what they're saying. If obviously you can trust them, and just implement their strategies, and just don't give up on the first product, which I see so many people do. Obviously, I've just seen so many people do it, test it, and it didn't work out for me, and just given up. Dropship instead, apparently, and it's literally just the same people that have just tested it once and they've given up.
Yeah. Talking about content.
Yeah.
And how businesses, or brands, or e-commerce businesses should leverage content right now. With like TikTok and UGCs and how easy it is to go viral. Like we literally launched a brand, one of my clients, like last week. But one of the videos just like literally overnight. Yesterday it was like 1,000 views. This morning it had like 200k views. But I said, what do you think about that for e-com businesses? And what's the opportunity that actually lie within that space right now?
So you're talking about TikTok organic?
Content. Everywhere.
Organic content. Yeah, definitely. I've seen people do really well with TikTok. Only have TikTok organic. But obviously it's really hard to track. You don't know where the sales are coming from, but it's definitely a must-have if you've got a good product. Well, I've seen people blow up, do really well just from TikTok organic. But what's actually interesting, you see all these views they're getting, but I don't know if that actually converts to sales. So I haven't really done much of TikTok organic for my different brands, but I've seen people do really well with
You
it.
know what's funny? Recently, I was doing a bit of product research. I was going through like TikTok for my product research team, and we found this product. It was an organic video on TikTok. It had 65 million views.
65 million.
65 million.
Wow.
Last week,
Yeah.
they must have made at least $1 million from that video.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversion rate stuff is, but potentially, yeah.
Bro, that opportunity, like that lies in that space.
And it's free as well. That's why it's so.
You're not paying a dime.
Yeah, it's just
crazy.
Yeah, if you can crack TikTok organic, you can do really, really well with it. I do know a lot of people that do really well with it, but it's something that I've never done myself.
But why haven't you done it?
Why haven't I done it?
Yeah,
because I don't really test products. Obviously, I've got my one brand at the moment. We do TikTok organic, and the way we do it, we don't do it for sales. We do it for brand awareness. So we're doing more interview style videos. So we'll do like challenges and stuff like that, and try and grow our brand awareness.
Yeah,
but I haven't done it for trying to blow up and get sales, because obviously I'm just focused on.
I mean, like I feel like at your level, you wouldn't necessarily. You don't need to do that yourself. I feel like you could
hire people.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's cheap, bro.
Yeah,
like you could get someone to pay £100 a month.
Yeah, and what's good about it, you can obviously.
And I'm talking people with like track record of getting content to go viral. This lady we just hired, but she's really good. We pay her $800, bro.
Yeah, and you can actually do it away where you don't actually pay them anything, and you incentivize them on a commission. So you give them like,
especially if you're a big brand.
Yeah, so you can put like a discount code in your bio, and any purchase they come through that discount code, or you give them 10% commission, and that means you're only going to pay them when they get you a sale. So it's a win-win. And I see a lot of people structure their ways. Obviously, with TikTok organic is blowing up their videos, and any sales they get from TikTok with that discount code, they get a 10% commission. So you're literally not paying them anything up front, no monthly.
Like that might be a bit challenging, especially if you're a new brand. Nobody really wants.
Oh yeah, there's obviously
people. Unless you're a big brand, it's easier to trust you, and it's easier for customers to also trust you, because they've seen your products, they believe in your product, they see how well it works, and they're able to. If you just create content to review your product, if you get sales from that, they're able to trust you. And if you have a track record of people doing that and getting paid doing that, then other people see that result and go, okay, maybe I could try it too.
Definitely for bigger brands. Yeah, not for starting. I was just referring to what we do for my brand. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. There's just so much opportunity in that space, and
but with TikTok organic, there's literally no excuse to get started. You can use a Shopify free plan. Was it 30-day trial? Was it something like that? Which is not going to cost you anything until 30 days. TikTok is free, organic. It's not costing you a penny. So you've literally got if money is an issue, you've literally got no excuse, because TikTok organic is free, and people are making. I know someone who owns a sex chocolate brand who has been blowing up big time. He does I think some big numbers.
Yeah, 200 million. Last time I checked, it was over 200 million views.
He's absolutely killing it. And he only does TikTok organic, and he's absolutely killing it. And that was all free content, and his margins must be absolutely insane. There's literally no excuse to get. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, how much money do I need to start?" You literally don't need a penny to start if you can start off with TikTok organic.
You know when we started talking, like you were the one that obviously told me, bro, there's so much opportunity in that space.
Yeah.
Then I had to try it out for that talking practice story. Yeah. Remember when we started talking?
Yeah.
So I tried it out, blew up.
Yeah.
Really blew up.
Yeah.
Then I saw that brand eventually, but like that just shows you. And this was me literally re-editing content, because it was a baby product. It wasn't a way I could. It wasn't a way I could obviously create content for that.
Yeah.
So I was just getting content online, re-editing it, repurposing it. I was tagging the original creators, and we're getting like millions of views, bro.
It's not just TikTok, but there's really big things happening now as Instagram Reels. So don't just put your videos on TikTok. Instagram Reels, you got YouTube Shorts as well, which is I'm definitely investing a lot of time into YouTube Shorts, because I can definitely see YouTube competing with TikTok. Certainly. So definitely get your videos on all three platforms: YouTube Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. And this is all free. It's not costing anything to put it on there. It's free, and you can potentially blow up on there, and that can be like your Kickstarter to show, this is my first bit of money into e-commerce.
Very, very true. Like it doesn't even require, like you don't need to have more than what the product actually costs to get started.
No.
You don't need any money. You literally
can get a free store.
Free store for like 120 days. That links, I've got a couple of links for myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not a Shopify affiliate yet. Like, I've got a couple links. If you got one, I'm going to leave that in the description below. Like I've got, you don't pay anything for
No.
120 days. It's 4
You've
months.
got trials, free trials, yeah. You've got to take advantage of that. There's no excuse. So that when I hear people say they've got no money, it's literally a mindset thing. It's like they're scared, and yes, you're going to potentially lose money. It's not going to work first try, but you just got to take action. You're not going to know until you take action, learn from your mistakes, and just grow from there. I have people messaging me. Obviously, people say I've put a story up. Oh, well done. How did you do this? And they message me a year later saying, "Oh, how do I do this?" A year later, and they've done nothing in that year, and they're like just complaining like, "How have you got lucky?" But it's literally about taking action, not just thinking about it. Like, it's all good having all these thoughts in your head, but you need to take action on those thoughts. And yes, you're going to make mistakes, but you're just going to learn loads of stuff just from doing it.
The way I think about it, guys, is like believe in a content economy, right? And it's like if you could get eyeballs on your products, people will buy. Get people looking at, and this is what like influencers do today. Like they're trying to get your attention. It's like attention is money today. Like if you get people's attention, you don't even need to show your face.
Yeah.
You could literally,
film it, yeah.
There's a ton of videos like that on TikTok. A lot of brands like that, dropshipping brands, creating content without showing the face, without using their own voices.
There's literally no excuse. There's no excuse.
Like if you could create time to do that, it's so easy to do. Obviously, you need to invest time. You need to know how the platform works. Just go to the platform to understand how the platform works. But once you've done all of that, it becomes relatively easy.
I think people just expect it. First product they test, they're going to make hundreds of thousands. That's what it's kind of portrayed on social media, and that's just like they think, oh, I've tested it. Why haven't I made all this money? It's not like, and that's why they give up. But obviously, you have to put time into things, learn, and then you can start seeing the rewards. Later on.
Yeah, and it's like it's not as easy as just getting the stuff. I feel like a lot of people, gurus online, they talk about how easy dropshipping is. You just create a store, you launch your ads and boom, getting money. But it might be that easy, but not so quickly.
Yeah, they make it seem it's really quick, but if you put the time and effort in, you can see the result.
You just need to learn the basics, learn how to create a store, learn copywriting. You learn these things. You even need to understand how TikTok works. How do you create content that people want to watch? You need to be able to grab people's attention and be able to hold their attention. Until they sold on the product and are willing to actually pay you for that product. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people just think you could just start and start. No, you need to learn the skills.
Yeah.
If you get, you don't even need to be an expert.
No, you're going to learn as you go. Literally, you need to base some of the foundations on how to set up a store. But even I never knew how to set up a store. Literally, I had my computer here, my laptop here, and I was watching a YouTube video how to create a Shopify store. And as he was going through, I was doing it at my end, and that's how I learned. I'm literally not like a professional coder or knew how to do websites. So literally, YouTube screen there and just watching how to do it as that person speaking on YouTube.
What are you looking to do for the rest of the year? Like, what's the goal for that brand you have right now?
It's just keep trying to scale it up, keep growing the company. I actually recently sold 50% of the business
50% of it.
To an investor last year.
How much did you sell it for?
I can't disclose that, but it was so 50% of what I sold it is what I sold of the company, and now we're just looking to grow it as big as we can, and then hopefully have a nice exit with it. But my main focus is literally just trying to grow. Really big on affiliates now. That's not something you need to focus on really when you're first starting out. But affiliates is a great way to get action. Yeah, we're doing like 10 to 15% just from affiliates at the moment. So it's literally like stuff we're not really paying them to get us orders. So that's something like blog websites and stuff like that. So they're like reviews about your product and they get a commission. Recently taken like on a PR agency. But these are all like stuff you don't need to worry about until obviously. But no, literally, it's basically just growing like trust to the brand and brand awareness. So when people see our product, they obviously trust it straight away, or they go onto Google and they see all these reviews about us, and obviously they can go ahead and buy. And also trying to get on Amazon. Amazon's a big focus of mine this year because you're missing so much. So you don't have to focus on this at the moment if you're just starting out in drop shipping. But when you find that winning product and you're trying to grow it, is get your products on Amazon, because you lose so much money when people see your product. They'll go onto Amazon and search that product, and you've lost that revenue, that money. So just literally find a copycat of your product and they'll buy from there, and you've literally paid to get that person to know about your product, and they've got just free that person on Amazon listening to you taking all your money.
That's a lot of dropshippers have an ad without being on Google.
Yeah,
You need to be running shopping and especially brand name app.
Yeah, and people are using other brands' names. So say your competitor, they're trying to compete on there. But Amazon's definitely a channel that I'm trying to heavily focus on this year as well.
Amazon
Yeah,
content.
yeah, content. Look, content has never been as important as it has now.
Right now,
It's
for
so
everything.
important. Yeah, because like ads fatigue so quickly. Like I have an ad, it'll fatigue in like 5-6 days. So to be able to scale a brand, you need to have fresh content all the time coming up. It's if you can't have like I had my first dropshipping store, I had one product that just ran 6 months. That's non-existent now.
Yeah.
It was just fatigue. It's really important to have a really good back end. Like we have like full-time creators where they'll constantly come up with new ideas of like different angles, different hooks and stuff like that. And hooks is really important. So you need to have like the first 3 to 4 seconds of your video needs to be like really, really catchy. And that could be something like really, really like over exaggerated, which is going to get their attention. But once you put them in, you like educate them in the video. So yeah, content, affiliates, and Amazon and stuff like that. Just trying to grow the business and bring in staff members just to take off workload for me, and I can scale the marketing side of it.
Yeah. What do you think about influencer marketing?
I've done it on a few people. Do you know Akinfenwa? He's a footballer. He's a professional. He's quite big. He's quite big. He's the strongest footballer in the world on FIFA. We used him in the past. We saw like a little uplift, but I see brands do really, really well with it. But what I don't like about it is I can't track the sales. I just don't like that. Where I'm spending I've been quoted like 10K for some influencers, and I just don't know if I'm going to get that back. But
how did you guys run that? Was he like through a post, or was
he actually contacted us, outreach to us, saying like the products. We agreed a fee. And we saw like loads. We got like over like 30,000 likes on his Instagram posts and stuff like that. But quite a lot of followers.
Was it like a link in bio, or how did you guys go about it?
I think it was a story. So he had a few story swipe ups, and then he put a post up tagging our brand in there. But I know people do really well with that. But I think I haven't really done much influencer marketing.
Or like an easier way to track that. Like if you're gonna try that next time, it's like you would give to influencer like a personalized discount.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
So people, and that's the only way you can track it.
But even that, people forget to use a discount code and stuff. But that's definitely the best way is using the discount code.
And like if you're not running, if they run the promotion on Instagram and they obviously are doing the promotion for you off Instagram, you're not running into any retargeting unless you're running retargeting on Instagram. You're actually marketing on Instagram. If you're not, then you know all of the traffic comes from Instagram. So influencer.
That's why I'm on all these platforms. When I do an Instagram post, it's quite hard to gauge if that comes from there. But if you were just doing Instagram influencer marketing, it'd be a lot easier because you're using that one source of traffic. So if you paid $1,000 for that influencer and you got $5,000 back, you 5x your return.
Do you think it's worth it right now for? Sorry, it's a quick shot. Do you think it's worth it right now for new stores? Say you found a good product, making reasonable money. Do you think it's worth it right now for one to get into influencer marketing?
Not I wouldn't recommend big like celebrities. I recommend TikTok's brilliant. Like you can pay like these people who've got quite a big following on TikTok, like £50 to £100 a post. It's like something that sex chocolate brand's doing. Literally just paying, or they're even doing sending out the product for free in return for a video.
Especially if you have
a good product that they like, they'll be happy. They'll be happy to post a video up on their TikTok for free in return of a free product, and it's only costing you the cost of the products. It's like that's a really good way of getting your product out there. And what's really good about it as well, if you're sending out all these freebies and getting all these videos, you can actually use these videos in the future for Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and you can repurpose that content for ads. So you're basically getting like free content, which you'll have to pay for.
Yeah. And this content can go viral.
Yeah, it can go viral, it blow up. Even you don't even need people that got 100,000 followers. It can be a person that's got a couple of hundred followers, make a really cool video, and they can blow up and get all this revenue for you.
Yeah, very true.
So there's so many. You just got to be like really, really creative. Like TikTok wasn't even around. I don't know how long it's been around for, but it's only recently come in. It's just really, really exciting to see what TikTok have got coming as well.
Yeah, and there's just so much opportunity.
There is.
Even personally, I've not really been doing TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get onto it like as quickly as possible because I know I'm seeing the opportunity. I'm seeing content. So my girlfriend, she literally started as she started like a beauty business where she does like facial for women.
Yeah.
And boom, she posted like a video in the past couple of days, and I'm seeing the views like It's getting like 30k, 50k
Yeah.
views.
It's mental.
It's like, bro, it's a new account,
Yeah.
but literally
Crazy.
no experience. Boom, getting that much views.
Yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And one thing as well I want to go on as well, I've only ever sold, when I used to test my dropshipping products, obviously people are different. I know you're different with your product, but I only ever sold problems that solve a problem. It's the only thing that's worked for me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Obviously you can sell toys and stuff like that, but I've always had success at problem solving products. If you can solve a customer's need, it's so much easier to sell. For example, my teeth cleaning product, it helped people that have plaque on their teeth.
Yeah.
If you can say you're going to get nice clean teeth, which your product did, they're happy to pay £35 to do that, and it's so much easier to buy because you can start playing on people's emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where if it's like a toy, it's still people do really well with that, but it's more like an impulse buy. Oh, yeah, I might get that for Christmas. But I find if it's like a problem solving product, it's more of like an evergreen product that's going to sell well all year round.
Yeah.
Which is what like a dropshipper's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like a little tip that I always recommend to people.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, what do you think about, say, running like traditional marketing?
So what do you mean by
Like, magazine ads,
that?
TV ads.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I was watching this case study, so this podcast thing, and this guy it's a outdoor brand, outdoor e-commerce brand.
Yeah.
And they had Netflix make a series about I don't know, about a movie, and they got all of the products. They got alternate SKUs. They got all of the product used and showcased in this Netflix series.
Yeah, that's mental.
Obviously, it wasn't really easy to track the sales, but like, that brought them alternate exposure. It's crazy. So, what do you think about that?
Yes, well, it all depends on the products. Like online shopping, like TV shopping, sorry, can be really good if for a certain product. I've seen people do well with that. Well, that's something that we've recently looked into. Obviously, we've hired a PR agency. We've been in all these papers now. We recently got on This Morning Britain, one of the best products. So that's all stuff, and that's helped a lot. We've seen a big influx in orders from that. And again, it's great to put it on our website and builds trust. Yeah. We have tried magazines before where we were like we paid like £600 to be in the Guardian, right at the back. Didn't really do anything. Yeah, it's quite cheap. It's like when I say little, it's like this size, just to be in the back, like top products to look for. And again, it's really hard to track because in the newspaper. It's not like online where what's really good now, we're using all these papers online, like Daily Mail and stuff like that, and we use an affiliate link. So any clicks they get through, they use an affiliate link, and we're able to track that sale.
I mean, if it's online, it's easier because it's always there for error.
Yeah, it's great for SEO as well.
Yeah, with paper, certainly SEO.
Yeah.
With papers, like if you.
No, I don't.
It's difficult. Yeah.
It's just for companies they got too much money. They got like a budget each year. Like these big businesses, like we'll put like 20k into newspapers. They've just got too much money and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see anything work with papers because it's just you got to remember people's attention span is so low. Like if it's even hard to get people to come on your website from TikTok, which is right in their face, if they see your ad on the paper, they're just going to look at it, forget about it. But it's more for like the big companies, say like Coca-Cola or something like that, where people already know about them and just get constantly in your face.
Yeah. So do you guys send like postcard for abandoned cart?
I've seen have you heard of Postpilot? There's one called Postpilot. I've seen a lot of people talk about. That's something again I'm going to look at doing. I should have done it for January because of New Year's resolutions. So kind of missed that.
I made a video about that actually, my last two video. I like sending postcard bill. It's a massive opportunity, especially if you're dropshipping. I see a lot of like big e-commerce brand do it.
Yeah.
Like dropshippers never really pay attention to these things. But like if you've got a dropshipping store, you're getting like loads of abandoned cart. A postcard is it. Yeah. Wow, you've got these people's addresses.
Yeah. That's what literally I'm something to do that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months.
And it's like if you're sending them stuff, they're receiving it and they're opening it up. Like
it just seems more like the proper company.
It feels more
personal.
More personal because they're able to receive, and it's like you're addressing them literally directly, and they say like you're writing them a letter, and it feels better, and they just get to trust you more as a brand. Yeah,
and I've seen people get really, really good returns from that.
Yeah,
it may cost you like I don't know how much it costs you, but not much to turn a postcard out. There's actually a software I think called Postpilot where you can actually track all those sales you're getting and stuff like that. And obviously, it's a great form of different way of recouping your lost money from people that don't use SMS or emails. I've definitely seen people do really well with postcards.
So Benjamin, so last question.
Yeah.
I feel like this must be like an hour 30
Yeah.
right now. So where would you see yourself in 5 years?
God, just running more businesses. I absolutely love what I do.
What are you looking to do for the rest of the year? Like, what's the goal for that brand that you have right now?
It's just keep trying to scale it up, keep growing the company. I actually recently sold 50% of the business
You said 50% of it.
to an investor last year.
How much did you sell it for?
I can't disclose that, but it was so 50% of what I sold is what I sold to the company, and now we're just looking to grow it as big as we can, and then hopefully have a nice exit with it. But my main focus is literally just trying to grow really big on affiliates now. That's not something you need to focus on really when you're first starting out, but affiliates is a great way to get
like
extra.
customers.
Yeah, we're doing like 10 to 15% just from affiliates at the moment. So
That's massive.
yeah, it's literally like stuff we're not really paying them to get us orders. So that's something like blog websites and stuff like that. So they're like reviews about your product and they get a commission. Recently taken like on a PR agency, but these are all like stuff you don't need to worry about until obviously. But no, literally, it's basically just growing like trust to the brand and brand awareness. So when people see our product, they obviously trust it straight away, or they go onto Google and they see all these reviews about us, and obviously they can go ahead and buy. And also trying to get on Amazon. Amazon's a big focus of mine this year because you're missing so much. So you don't have to focus on this at the moment if you're just starting out in drop shipping. But when you find that winning product and you're trying to grow it, is get your products on Amazon, because you lose so much money when people see your product. They'll go onto Amazon and find and search that product, and you've lost that revenue, that money. So just literally find a copycat of your product and they'll buy from there, and you've literally paid to get that customer to know about your product, and they've got just free. That person on Amazon listing is taking all your money.
A lot of dropshippers they run ads without being on Google.
Yeah,
you need to be running shopping and especially brand name ads.
Yeah, and people are using other brands' names to say your competitor. They're trying to compete on there. But Amazon's definitely a channel that I'm trying to heavily focus on this year as well.
Amazon content.
Yeah, content. Look, content has never been as important as it has now. It's so important. Yeah, because like, ads fatigue so quickly. Like I have an ad, it'll fatigue in like 5-6 days. So to be able to scale a brand, you need to have fresh content all the time coming up. It's if you can't just have, like I had my first dropshipping store, I had one product that just ran 6 months. That's non-existent now. It was just fatigue. It's really important to have a really good back end. Like we have like full-time creators where they'll constantly come up with new ideas of like different angles, different hooks and stuff like that. And hooks is really important. So you need to have like the first 3 to 4 seconds of your video needs to be like really, really catchy. And that could be something like really, really like over exaggerated, which is going to get their attention. But once you put them in, you like educate them in the video. So yeah, content, affiliates and Amazon and stuff like that. Just trying to grow the business and bring in staff members just to take off workload from me, and I can scale the marketing side of it.
Yeah. What do you think about influencer marketing?
I've done it on a few people. Do you know Akinfenwa? He's a footballer. He's a professional. He's quite big. He's quite big. He's the strongest footballer in the world on FIFA. We used him in the past. We saw like a little uplift, but I see brands do really, really well with it. But what I don't like about it is I can't track the sales. I just don't like that, where I'm spending I've been quoted like 10k for some influencers, and I just don't know if I'm going to get that back. But
how did you guys run that? Was he like through a post, or was
he actually contacted us, outreach to us, saying like the products. We agreed a fee, and we saw like loads. We got like over like 30,000 likes on his Instagram posts and stuff like that. But quite a lot of followers.
Was it like a link in bio, or how did you guys go about it?
I think it was a story. So he had a few story swipe ups, and then he put a post up tagging our brand in there. But I know people do really well with that. But I think I haven't really done much influencer marketing.
Or like an easier way to track that. Like if you're going to try that next time, it's like you would give said influencer like a personalized discount.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
So people, and that's the only way you can track it.
But even that, people forget to use a discount code and stuff. But that's definitely the best way is using the discount code.
And like if you're not running, if they run the promotion on Instagram and they obviously are doing the promotion for you off Instagram, you're not running into any retargeting unless you're running retargeting on Instagram. You're actually marketing on Instagram. If you're not, then all of the traffic comes from Instagram, so
Yeah.
influencer.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
way
If
just
that's why I'm on all these platforms. When I do an Instagram post, it's quite hard to gauge if that comes from there.
yeah.
But if you were just doing Instagram influencer marketing, yeah, it'd be a lot easier because you're only using that one source of traffic. So if you paid £1,000 for that influencer and you got £5,000 back, you 5x your return.
Do you think
That's
it's worth
working.
it right now for? Sorry, it's a quick shot. Do you think it's worth it right now for new stores? Say you found a good product, making reasonable money. Do you think it's worth it right now for one to get into influencer marketing?
Not like I wouldn't recommend big like celebrities. I recommend TikTok's brilliant. Like you can pay like these people who've got quite a big following on TikTok, like £50 to £100 a post. It's like something that sex chocolate brand's doing.
Very true.
Literally just paying, or they're even doing sending out the product for free in return for a video.
Especially
So,
if you have
a good product that they like, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to post a video up on their TikTok for free in return of a free product, and it's only costing you the cost of the products. It's like that's a really good way of getting your product out there. And what's really good about it as well, if you're sending out all these freebies and getting all these videos, you can actually use these videos in the future for Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You can repurpose that content for ads. So you're basically getting like free content, which you'll have to pay for.
Yeah. And this content could go viral.
Yeah, it can go viral, could blow up. Even you don't even need people that have got 100,000 followers. It can be a person that's got a couple of hundred followers, make a really cool video, and they can blow up and get all this revenue for you.
Yeah, very true.
So there's so many. You've got to be like really, really creative. Like TikTok wasn't even around. I don't know how long it's been around for, but it's only recently come in. It's just really, really exciting to see what TikTok have got coming as well.
Yeah, and there's just so much opportunity.
There is.
Even personally, I've not really been doing TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get onto it like as quickly as possible because I know I'm seeing the opportunity. I'm seeing the content. So my girlfriend, she literally started as she started like a beauty business where she does like facial for women.
Yeah.
And boom, she posted like a video in the past couple of days, and I'm seeing the views like it's getting like 30k, 50k views.
It's mental.
It's like, bro, as a new account.
Yeah.
But literally no experience. Boom, getting that much view.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And one thing as well, I want to go on as well. I've only ever sold when I used to test my dropshipping products. Obviously, people are different. I know you're different with your product, but I only ever sold problems that solve a problem. It's the only thing that's worked for me.
Yeah,
obviously, you can sell toys and stuff like that. But I've always had success at problem-solving products. If you can solve a customer's need, it's so much easier to sell. For example, my teeth cleaning product. It helped people that had plaque on their teeth.
Yeah.
If you can say you're going to get nice clean teeth, which your product did, they're happy to pay £35 to do that, and it's so much easier to buy because you can start playing on people's emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where if it's like a toy, it's still people do really well with that, but it's more like an impulse buy. Oh, yeah, I might get that for Christmas. But I find if it's like a problem solving product, it's more of like an evergreen product. It's going to sell well all year round.
Yeah.
Which is what like a dropshipper's dream.
Yeah.
That's like a little tip that I always recommend to people.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, what do you think about, say, running like traditional marketing?
So what do you mean by that?
Like, magazine ads, TV ads.
Yeah, well,
like, I was watching this case study. So this podcast thing, and this guy it's a outdoor e-commerce brand.
Yeah.
And they had Netflix make a series about a movie, and they got all of the products. They got alternate SKUs, and got all of the product used and showcased in this Netflix series.
Yeah, that's mental.
Obviously, it wasn't really easy to track the sales, but that brought them alternate exposure. It's crazy. So, what do you think about that?
Yes, well, it all depends on the products. Like online shopping, like TV shopping, could be really good if for a certain product. I've seen people do well with that. Well, that's something that we've recently looked into. Obviously, we've hired a PR agency. We've been in all these papers now. We recently got on This Morning Britain, one of the best products. So that's all stuff, and that's helped a lot. We've seen a big influx in orders from that. And again, it's great to put it on our website and builds trust. Yeah. We have tried magazines before where we paid like £600 to be in the Guardian, right at the back. Didn't really do anything. Yeah, it's quite cheap. It's like when I say little, it's like this size, just to be in the back, like top products to look for. And again, it's really hard to track as in the newspaper. It's not like online where what's really good now, we're using all these papers online, like Daily Mail and stuff like that, and we use an affiliate link. So any any clicks they get through, they're using affiliate link, and we're able to track that sale.
I mean, if it's online, it's easier because it's always there forever.
Yeah, it's great for SEO as well.
Yeah, with paper, certainly SEO.
Yeah.
With papers, like if you.
No, I don't.
It's difficult. Yeah.
It's just for companies they got too much money. They got like a budget each year. Like these big businesses, like we'll put like 20k into newspapers. They've just got too much money and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see anything work with papers because it's just you got to remember people's attention span is so low. Like if it's even hard to get people to come on your website from TikTok, which is right in their face, if they see your ad on the paper, they're just going to look at it, forget about it. But it's more for like the big companies, say like Coca-Cola or something like that, where people already know about them and just get constantly in your face.
Yeah. So do you guys say like postcard for abandoned cart?
I've seen. Have you heard of Postpilot? There's one called Postpilot. I've seen a lot of people talk about. That's something again I'm going to look at doing. I should have done it for January because of New Year's resolutions. So kind of missed that.
I made a video about that actually. My last two video, or like sending postcard bill. It's a massive opportunity, especially if you're dropshipping. I see a lot of like big e-commerce brand do it.
Yeah.
Like dropshippers never really pay attention to these things. But like if you've got a dropshipping store, you're getting like loads of abandoned cart. A postcard is it?
Yeah.
Wow, you've got these people's addresses. Yeah.
That's what literally I'm something to do that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months.
And it's like if you're sending them stuff, they're receiving it and they're opening up. Like
it just seems more like a proper company.
It feels more real,
more personal.
More personal because they're able to receive, and it's like you're addressing them literally directly, and they say like you're writing them a letter, and it feels better, and they just get to trust you more as a brand.
Yeah, and I've seen people get really, really good returns from that.
Yeah,
it may cost you like, I don't know how much it cost you, but not much to turn a postcard out. And there's actually a software I think called Postpilot where you can actually track all those sales you're getting and stuff like that. And obviously it's a great form of different way of getting recouping your lost money from people that don't use SMS or emails. And I've definitely seen people do really well with postcards.
So Benjamin, so last question.
Yeah.
I feel like this must be like an hour 30 right now. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
God, just running more businesses. I absolutely love what I do. Basically just building the same brands, just building new brands, starting new startups. I just really enjoy what I do. I'm literally so fortunate just to wake up in the morning, just be really excited on obviously what I'm building and stuff like that. It's actually quite rewarding as well when you see customers are reposting your product saying, love it, love what it's done. It's actually like really, it is very, very rewarding. We're just building more businesses, hopefully exit this one in the next couple of years and just, building different brands.
I know Extra Marketplace isn't available right now. So what would you recommend like people go sell the business?
If they are looking to sell. There's sites called Flipper. Flipper, you can use a brokerage. So if you have got a proper business, not actually got making profit, you can use a brokerage and stuff like that. A Flipper, obviously you can't use Exchange Marketplace anymore. But I sold mine via Exchange Marketplace and Flipper. But brokerage, they literally find all the buyers for you. They've got like a big contacts of buyers, and obviously it's a long process. But definitely a brokerage, probably the best bet.
So it's been nice really having you. Thank you.
Thank you
very much for the time. Really do appreciate
No problem.
You're gonna be the first person that I invite on my YouTube video. This is like a mini podcast about. But I really do appreciate you. I hope you guys have learned so much from this video. So, do you have anything to say to anybody watching this, in the beginner watching this, or someone that's been trying e-commerce for quite a bit, or dropshipping for a bit, and they're getting zero results? What would you say to them? What's your final word for them?
Just to keep going. Just don't give. It's like everyone says. Just don't give up. Just keep taking action, and eventually you're going to come across that product, which is literally going to change your life, like it did with me. You just got to keep going until you find that potential winning products, and if you carry on, keep going, you will come across a good product, 100%.
Awesome. So where can people find you?
Not really. I don't really have much social media, but I run Instagram. So it's Ben_Gully GULL and then 3 Ys.
I'm going to leave that at the top. So again, thank you very much,
Thank
Ben.
you.
And thank you guys for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, just go do that right now. Let me know what you guys think about this type of video. Alright, so thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Thank you.